Now, I'm going to steal Lily's line now. If you don't know Lilly Wolfe, get to know. Because honestly, you're about to watch, I reckon, a girl who's going to take off and go places. And you're going to be like, I remember that night on Monday when we were drenched and we sat and watched her at that Web in Solidarity thing.
Definitely drenched.
So come on, Lily, we are ready for it.
Thank you everyone for coming along, and thank you for having me here. I really appreciate the invite, and I've really enjoyed listening to everyone who's spoken so far. I'm sorry that I can't stay to listen to everyone afterwards, but I'm going to get to watch the video, I hope, so it'll be nice to listen back. I'm really sorry if anyone can smell wet feet, that might be I walked here from very far, so I am completely drenched.
Definitely not just you.
I'm going to keep it quite short. I'm not one to beat around the bush. I do like to get straight to the point, so I'm going to keep it very short. I don't know much about politics. I'm not going to sit here and lie to everyone. I don't know much about politics. I don't know much about the election. I don't really follow things like that, because I just think it's more important to worry about what's going on in front of us and what we can do to change things, and what we are doing that is making the impact that we need to reverse, and vice versa. And long story short, I'm here to talk about young people and the struggles that we face, and I think it's really important to notice that it's not only up to us young people to change the future, but it's also up to you, older generation, to be helping us as young people and guiding us and giving us that support when we need it, which I don't think is necessarily what is going on at this day and age. I don't think that people are necessarily, they're noticing all the issues, but I don't think that enough people are giving us enough support or guidance towards these outcomes that we can resolve these issues with. For example, there's not enough job opportunities, but if we don't have a job, then we're not working hard enough, and we're not providing for ourselves, and we're not showing that we've got the morals and the ethics, and we get called depressed if we lay in bed too much. But if we go to the doctors, they're not going to help us with that. They're either going to put it down to us not eating, or us smoking a bit of weed, or going out on the weekends, or they're going to try to give us Medicaid. We don't need that. We need someone that is going to help us, and the doctors don't listen. You can go to the doctors. This is another sub-subject, the doctors with young people. We can go to the doctors every single day for a week, for 2 weeks, for 3 weeks. They are not going to listen to you, and it's not until you go to above the doctors and go to the specialist for your reason of concern that they actually find out the problem. And most of the time, them specialists tell you themselves, the doctors could have noticed this a long time ago. The doctors could have seen this on your system. I'm personally going through a struggle with the doctor system at the moment. I don't think that they're particularly aware of what's actually going on with us young people, and I think most of us feel a bit scared to go there and be honest, so that's another reason why our issues aren't found. And also with being diagnosed for mental health, that's the waiting list for that is ridiculous. Why should you have to wait over a year to be told what you have wrong with you so you can try and heal and get better? Because by that point, someone might have overthought themselves out of not wanting to be on that list, not wanting to get that label, or not wanting to actually find out what it is that someone might be dealing with. And I think that's quite an important issue that we need to be looking at and facing. I also don't think that there is enough youth opportunities like Audio Active. Big ups to Audio Active massively. I've worked very closely with Audio Active for a long time. I left school. School is another thing, we're going to go into that in a minute, but I had to leave school for some reasons, and I was working in a kebab shop, and now the kebab shop was down the road. I'm not going to say what kebab shop it was, but lovely food. I'm never going to diss it. I still go there and get food. I love it. But the people in there that were working, terrible, and they treated me terribly. I was 12, 13, and I was supposed to be working in front of house, which is answering the phone, preparing dishes, sending out orders, speaking to people. They were trying to make me get to my hands and knees and scrub this dirty old fridge that was out in the back that no one had touched since I've even worked there. I was like, no way, you're not just going to use me because I'm the young one here. You're going to use me to go out and do all the dirty jobs that no one else wants to do. That's not happening. And one day, one of the people that work here at Audio Active, Joe, actually came down and noticed.
Big up
Joe and Michelle. Massive big up to Joe and Michelle and the whole Audio Active crew. But Joe noticed that I was quite upset actually, and this is why I always big up to Jo, because she is one of the people that is making a difference for young people, and I can, every time I meet Jo and see Jo and look at Jo, I just think, you are wanting to help us, and I love her for that. And she actually said to me, like, what do you want to be doing? And I was like, I want to be a musician. I want to be famous for my work. Like, not even famous, I just want people to know me for my words. I don't want to be a nobody working in a kebab shop. I want to get out of Worthing and be something different and give an example to these young people, and then eventually grow up and do a job like you where I can help people. And she said, we've just opened a studio down the road. I kid you not, I quit my job that night, came and joined the studio, and now I'm working with them and I'm in such a better place. And we are so lucky to have Audio Active. But for young people that aren't doing music, where can you go? What can you do? Yeah, you can go do bowling. Don't really want to go down the park if you're over the ages of like 13 anymore, because that's boring. That's just weird, you know what I mean? Nobody wants to be doing that. You've got the skate park, but if you don't skate or you're not a social person like that, that's not really for you. We don't have many youth clubs. I think there's one youth club, and that's in Amring, and they're full of mouthy little naughty teenagers. Nobody wants to be going there. It's the same people. They've already got their crew. It's not really, you can't really go there. So I think that people really need to start thinking about pop-up sessions, or even just like family-friendly days and stuff. There needs to be more things that are going on around Worthing, Brighton, West Sussex, Sussex in general, that is helping young people. And another subject that I'm going to quickly go into before I give you a little a cappella of a story that I think needs to be heard. The school system. Now, I could talk for days about this. I'm not going to go on about it massively, but what the what? I'm 17 now, and I had to leave school in like year 8, year 9ish due to bullying. And when I say bullying, I'm talking persistent bullying, like people following you around, like having to eat my lunch in the bathroom sometimes on my own. Like it was really bad, and like nobody actually cares enough in the schools. And I think I'm not just the only person that is going through bullying. It's not just bullying, it's also sexual assault now. It's also being, the drugs are coming into the schools and being sold that way. It's being peer pressured, and social media, and the people leaving the school to go and shoplift sweets and sell them in school. Like there's a lot of things that are going in the school system that I think the teachers could definitely be doing more, and they're not. And that's from personal experience as well. And me, myself, and other people have gone through it. And I think I've had to stand there to teachers and explain, like, look, I feel this way. Like, I don't feel like I can cope anymore. Like, they're doing this to me and doing that to me, crying, like, pleading just to be helped. There's nothing we can do about it. You're in school, wipe your tears, go back to, like, being sent back to a class in a state like that in front of 30 children, like, they don't do enough until the end. And eventually the mental health got really bad and the bullying got really bad, and I ended up in hospital with mental health issues, and my mum took me out of school. And since then, I am the best version of myself I've ever been, ever. Like, being taken out of school is amazing, and I don't think I'd ever have to say that. I don't think any young person should ever have to say, I shouldn't be in school and school isn't a place for me. That's wrong. I think that schools need to be a bit more flexible and a bit more like bendy with the allowances that they have with students, and understand that not everyone's the same. And there's only a very small fraction of people that are going to thrive in a school environment. And there needs to be other options, and I've experienced the other options, and the other options themselves aren't that great at the moment. So I think that adults could come together a bit more and just discuss on what we could do to give children other learning opportunities. It doesn't have to be in a school environment. There are many other ways that children can learn, and I think being creative is one of the main ways. So, thank you everyone for listening.
Thank you.
Before I open the door, I'm going to give everyone a quick a cappella. Now this is about just general being helpful and wanting and caring towards other people, and being a community in this social environment that we're having to horribly surviving. So I normally have a beat with me, so sorry if it sounds a bit rubbish. I'm just gonna go straight for it. We all breathe the same, we all feel the pain, we all get underpaid, but we all start underage. You could be worried about your health, but if that was someone else, you wouldn't stop to give them help. They might be different, just look at the cards they're dealt. We all think people should help more, but we just turn a blind eye. I end up on the floor, but once bitten, twice shy. Don't listen to the government guidelines, all they do is lie. You'll have bad habits for a lifetime, and I'd share them might. So I just grab the mic, cause how long is this life? Most people can't afford to buy flats, so they sleep on the streets with their dogs or their cats. They wait for people like me to write raps. They want to be warm, that's why they buy crack. Matter of fact, we're being too mean. We take our drugs, they smoke our green. Some of us are led by greed, some of us are led by speed. Some of us are left to freeze, no hot water, no tea. What the fuck, what do you mean? Why are we giving you this pee if you can't see what we see, and you don't hear what we hear? Cause we all breathe the same, we all feel the pain. We all get underpaid, but we all start underage. And we're all worried about our health, but if that was someone else, would we really stop to give them help? They might be different, but look at the cards they're dealt. Thank you.